Sometimes you bring up something small, something that didn't sit right with you. You explain it calmly. You're not trying to argue. You're just trying to be understood. But instead of staying with the concern, they begin to explain themselves very quickly. They clarify what they meant. They explain their intention. They make sure it doesn't sound like they did anything wrong. And the conversation starts to move away from what you were trying to talk about. You may recognize the moment when the focus quietly shifts away from your concern, and you may notice yourself trying harder to explain what you meant. This is where the pattern begins to change. The conversation is no longer about what happened. It becomes about how they are being seen. They may repeat their good intentions. They may explain their character. They may correct how the situation is being described. And slowly, the original concern becomes less clear. For them, protecting their reputation can become useful, because if the focus stays on how they are perceived, the original issue may never be fully explored. The conversation moves from "what happened" to "that's not who I am." And that shift can be hard to see in the moment. Some people who study relational behavior sometimes describe this as a narcissistic communication pattern, not because of one moment, but because of how consistently the focus moves away from the concern and toward protecting how they are seen. If this happens once in a stressful conversation, it may simply be misunderstanding. But when this happens repeatedly, some people begin to recognize a pattern. In healthy conversations, both people can look at what happened without needing to protect their image right away. There is space to listen and space to reflect. But in this pattern, the need to be seen a certain way can come first. Many empathetic people respond to this by trying to be clearer. They explain more. They soften their tone. They try to show they are being fair, because they are not trying to attack. They are trying to be understood. But the more they try to explain, the more the conversation can stay focused on the other person's reputation instead of the concern. Recognizing this pattern can bring clarity, because once you see the shift, you can understand why the conversation never seems to stay on the original issue, and why you may leave the interaction feeling unheard even though you explained yourself clearly. If this helped put words to your experience, like the video and subscribe to the channel. This channel exists to help you recognize narcissistic and manipulative patterns calmly, clearly, and without blame, so you can trust yourself again. And when reputation becomes the focus in conversations, another pattern sometimes appears right after. In the next video, we're going to explain why subtle put-downs happen in conversations and how that pattern can quietly shift the balance of the interaction. Click here to watch.